A Pierce County man is on an unusual quest. He's trying to find out if he's related to one of the most celebrated names in American business.
Chris Ingeles has this special assignment report on the evidence gathered that could prove the man is the son of the late Howard Hughes.
It's here in his garden that John McDonald finds solace from the sometimes cruel world. He was only 5 when his war hero father gunned down John's mother and then killed himself. The high society L.A. murder made headlines. It was little John who discovered the bodies.
You seem to remember that so clearly.
Every day. It never goes away. I don't care how old you are. And it's still troubling. Excuse me.
Troubling why?
You live it. I mean, it never goes away.
The memories came rushing back 2 years ago when John learned the murder-suicide was profiled in this book. It chronicles the unsolved hit on gangster Bugsy Siegel and mentions the Southern California elite, including the McDonalds. John McDonald called the book's author to tell him he'd gotten some facts wrong.
And you could sense John's anger naturally when you're surfing the web and you find a book about your family.
But the two men soon discovered a bond and a blood relationship. They're second cousins. They swapped family stories and began to piece together a theory that John's father wasn't the man he thought he was.
And I don't look a bit like Dad.
It would explain John's uncanny resemblance to a pioneering aviator, an eccentric billionaire playboy. The pair started digging up evidence John was actually fathered by the late Howard Hughes.
Then I started thinking, and I looked at a lot of situations, and Dad was in school when Mom got pregnant. Mom was 17 when she got pregnant. She was going out with Hughes. My grandmother told me that. She'd been to parties with him and things like that.
John's grandfather was one of Hughes's closest business associates.
The Hughes connection continues on through the 30s and through the 40s.
Author Warren Hull is tracking down various records and documents, including one that would show Robert McDonald hundreds of miles away at the time his son was conceived.
It puts Robert in school during that time.
After Hughes's death in 1976, hundreds of people claimed to be heir to his vast estate. Warren Hull says if he can collect enough documentation, he may petition a court in Texas, where Hughes is buried, to conduct the ultimate paternity test, using a court-ordered sample of Hughes's DNA.
But it hurts at times, and that's the hard part.
We asked John McDonald the obvious question: is he after a piece of the Hughes fortune?
I've had 48 years with the same wife. I got 2 great kids. I got a good family. It's not about the money. Now it's about just wanting to know.
To know if looks are deceiving or if they hint at a long-held secret in the story of an American icon. Chris Ingeles, King 5 News.
Howard Hughes may be gone, but his billions of dollars live on to this day. The money funds several scientific and medical endowments.